Hi you guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial today on my template 66 and 67, which are inspired by a I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce it right, Hellebore, a Hellebore floral template. So she has been around, both of these templates have been around maybe around 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. So they have been out for a while. I just have not been able to transfer this template to my Etsy. And then I realized, you know what, they need a refresher video tutorial. They do have a saved highlight story tutorial already on my Instagram, Ariel Elise Designs. So I already have a tutorial on how to assemble both the single hellebore and the double petal hellebore, along with a tutorial on how to make this center. So just a disclaimer that the centers are not included with the template, okay? So the template is solely the floral template, okay? But I am gonna share with you guys how to make both centers. If you want to look at the saved Instagram highlight story, I'll have it linked underneath here on my Instagram. I do share how to make another center that is hand cut, okay? So this center right here is from my personal pink floral center that I have. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. Pretty simple. And then this one is actually 2 images using Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to go ahead and do a walkthrough with you guys on how to assemble this template, how to look for the images if you want to make this. This is the original center that I made when I released this template for the Hellebore, just because I wanted something similar. And if you Google search Hellebore centers, flowers, they're somewhat similar, something like this, but I definitely wanted to try something different, a little bit more of a fluffier center. Let me grab one right here. So I definitely wanted to do something else different, just to give you guys another idea of another center. Obviously, you can do whatever you would like center wise. I just want to share with you guys 2 of the centers for you guys, so that way if you're interested in the template, you guys can make these. So this right here will be my single hellebore, which is my template 66. So it does come with 10 petals, sizing ranging from 3 inches to 14 inches, okay, for the SVG. And I'm also going to do a walkthrough on the SVG, showing you what the SVG looks like for both of them, okay? And then this is my template 67, and this is the double petal. And by that, it just means that with this template, you're going to receive 2 petals to make this flower. So obviously we see here 3 layers, but these first 2 layers are doubled. Okay, so that's why I call this one my double hellebore. Now with this one, you're going to receive 6 different sets to make from a 4-inch all the way up to a 16-inch. Now the nice thing with the SVG is that you are able to manipulate the sizing, meaning maybe you want an 18-inch, but I only give you the 16-inch. You can definitely resize these petals, okay, you guys? That's why it's an SVG, okay? Because I do ask, why are they not already sized for you guys? And the PDF is, so the PDF is also going to come included with the SVG, just in case you prefer to hand cut. Personally, if you're a follower of mine, you know that I prefer to hand cut my floral petals, especially when it comes to the larger ones. For the little ones, I don't mind using my Cricut just because it's quick and easy if I can just load one paper and have it cut. But when it comes to these larger petals, I prefer personally to hand cut, okay? So the SVG will also come with the PDF, okay? So that way if you want to hand cut some of them, you will have the option with the PDF, okay? Now let me show you the PDF for both of them, so when you open it, you're not confused. So this is the PDF. So this is for template 67, and what you're going to notice, oh, it's a little blurry, there we go, is that they are already going to be set for you. So if you can see, I have this little arrow, so it's telling you that these both petals are going to make your 4-inch flower. These 2 petals are going to make your 6-inch these two petals are going to make your 8-inch. Okay, so keep in mind with that. So this is for my template 67. For template 66, again, it's only going to require one petal to make the flower because it's only a simple 5-petal flower. And I am going to mark it for you underneath what size roughly you would be making using that particular petal. Okay, so remember, PDF is not for cutting machine, you guys. There's been so many messages that I've received, and this is especially for newbies, and I understand because when I was new to the whole cutting world, silhouette and design space, I was under the impression that I could cut PDFs with my Cricut machine. No, you would have to convert it either to a PNG or a JPEG or an SVG in order for it to cut, okay? But you are going to get the SVG, which will allow you to use your Cricut machine or your silhouette to cut. And I'm going to show you right now what that's going to look like, okay? Okay, you guys, so here is template 66 SVG. So I am using Cricut Design Space. So the first thing you want to do when Etsy sends you the email, so you are going to receive, again, the SVG and PDF. So you want to make sure that you download the SVG first. Etsy should give you like a little option that says download. You're going to save that either to your computer or to your phone, and then you're going to go straight to your cutting program such as Design Space or Silhouette, and you're going to go to upload and look for that download and then upload your SVG. Now this is what the SVG looks like. I can't tell you how many times I have gotten, well, the image is stuck. I can't do anything, you guys. You have to ungroup. And here's the thing. You are going to stretch this out because it is going to get a little, it does come a little bit smaller. Just stretch it out. So first thing, upload the image, ungroup the image. So you're going to come over here and you are going to ungroup. Okay, so this will allow you, hopefully it ungrouped. Hold on, my computer's so slow. So there you go. As you can see, now everything has been ungrouped. Now, there is going to be a little bit of work for you guys, okay? So the petals are not going to be automatically resized for you. And here's why. Because it's going to take, these petals can get big and not everything is going to fit in the little, so I use ink space, and I have like this little 8.5 by 11 matte paper or whatever you want to call it, where I can design the SVG. Okay, so I need to make them small enough so they all fit in that. So then that's why I have the measurements here for you to resize the original size of the petals. But once you do that, you guys, just save it already when all the sizes are ready to go, so that way you don't have to keep redoing this. And again, the nice thing about this SVG is that if maybe you want to make a small, maybe you want to make a 15-inch or a 19-inch, and again, for template 66, I believe the biggest here is a 14-inch. You can just size these petals, you guys, which is why it's, I'm sorry if it's all shaky. So look at that. You can resize this image to your liking if you're not liking the sizes that I provided for you. Okay, so this is why it's called an SVG, because you are able to manipulate the sizing as you wish if, again, if the sizes that I provide for you are not working, okay? Now, all you're going to do to change the sizing, for example, read the directions right here, measurements of petals. Yellow 7.1. And notice on step 3, it says keep image locked when resizing and only resize the height. All right, sorry you guys, I had to pause. My little one's here, needed me. So yellow is going to be 7.1. So you're going to come over here to height. Only height, remember, you're not changing the width. And you are going to change the sizing to 7.1, right? That's what it was. And then enter, and boom, the image has resized. The width will automatically change, okay, you guys? And then you are just going to resize all the petals to the original sizing, save it, and then delete the instructions, because obviously if you already saved the sizing, just delete it. You don't need it. Okay, and then just follow the tutorial that obviously this tutorial on how to assemble your Hellebore, and then there you go. So now let me show you template 66 or 67. Okay, you guys, so here is what template 67 looks like. So remember, you received 6 sets with this, and notice how each set has 2 colors. So that means they're going to correspond, they're going to be together, and you are also going to ungroup the image. It's going to show up grouped until you want to ungroup it to make sure you have them separate. So there's the ungroup, and when you notice this individually like this, that means you know they have been ungrouped. Okay, and the same thing, you guys, you are going to just follow here the measurements. So burgundy white petals 7.2, and then the narrow petal, so the smaller one, 5.9. and same thing, you are only going to change the height because the width will automatically change. So there's 7.2, and then this one has to be 5.9. 5.9. Voila. So there is this set right here. And then obviously the larger the size, this is your 16-inch. Now, please refer to either the PDF, so that way you can refer which petals are which. Obviously this is going largest to smallest, so you can figure out which one's your 16-inch and so on. Or if not, under the description, under the templates, I give you exactly the measurements roughly of each petal that you should expect to get for flower wise. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and again, you guys, under the description under Etsy, when you're looking at the template, I have right there, I'm going to have all the video tutorials there linked that I feel are going to help you, along with the Instagram, along with the video on how to upload SVGs. It's not necessarily on this one, but it's going to be on, I believe, on my template 49 or 50, but just follow the same steps in case you're having issues uploading, downloading and uploading to Cricut Design Space or Silhouette. I do have videos on my YouTube channel as well to help you guys with that part, but always message me if you are having issues with uploading my SVGs to your cutting program. I do want to mention though, for Silhouette users, please make sure that you have the designer edition or above to upload SVGs, because the basic edition for Silhouette does not allow SVG uploading. Okay, because I've had a few messages regarding that as well. Why is your SVG not uploading to Silhouette? And pretty much it's because you guys have the basic edition. Believe me, I learned the hard way too. When I first got my Silhouette, I was like, why is my SVG not uploading? Then I did more research and realized I had to purchase the designer edition in order to allow SVG uploading. Okay, so let's get to the tutorial. Okay, you guys, so here is template 66. So remember, you get 10 different sizes. So for the PDF, I would recommend printing it out on cardstock and then cutting out each of the petals, so that way it's your own hard copy. And then I like to write the size on the petal just so I kind of have an idea. So today we're going to be making the 9-inch. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my 9-inch petal, which should be your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, your 7th petal, going from smallest to largest. Now, I am going to be pretty much tracing and cutting with my scissors, okay? Now, I am using 65-pound cardstock from the brand called Nina. I want to say this is part of their Astro Brights collection called Blast Off Blue. It's a pretty blue. I did order it from Amazon, and I have also ordered it from Walmart. I find that I can find Nina pretty much Walmart or Amazon, okay? So Blast Off Blue. And the nice thing is this comes in a 250 pack, which is nice. Okay, you guys, so I have my petals all cut. So you are going to need 5 petals, okay, for this single. So what you're going to do to prep them is you're going to give them a slight curl forward. Now, it does not matter. Honestly, I like to do a little, do half and half. Well, obviously there's 5, so 3 and 2 of the way this pointer part is pointing. So from this pointing to me, this is going to the right, and this curve right here is going to the left. So I do like to alternate them. So I'm going to do 3 going one way and then 2 going the other way. That's just option. You don't have to. Get your scissors. You're going to cut in the center. You're going to get your glue gun. Is it warm enough? Yes, it is. So I am using my Sure Bonder glue gun, the full size glue gun. And then just pinch and hold. So this is how you are going to prep all 5 petals. So again, cut in the center, add glue, and glue. So this is what you should have. So let me go ahead and finish the rest. Now, how to assemble, super simple, you guys. Add a small little dot to the corner, okay? And then you're gonna grab your petal and just glue. So you're just adding a small dot just in case you have to readjust the petals. Your goal here is just to go around in a circle. Yeah. And secure. And voila. That's it. Super simple. So obviously we need to cover up that hole that we have. So go ahead and get your scraps, which I have some right here. I am going to cut out a circle that is large enough to cover her up. Okay, you guys, now that I have my circle, I am just going to add glue around, just like this. And now I'm going to go towards the back and add that circle. Okay, normally if I do 2 layers or 3 layers, I do it in the front just because you can't see it. Sorry, my son's in here. But because it's just a 1 layer, we're going to do the back. Now it's time for a center. So personally, for the smaller little cuties, I just like to add a gem. Okay, so here I just added one of the gems that I do sell on Etsy. Super cute. Don't have to hurt my brain trying to figure out a center. And one of the reasons why too is just I find it hard, especially when cutting this particular center. The smaller you go, the harder, because the cuts are a little bit more intricate. I find it when you're cutting them for a smaller flower like this, there's more snagging and more, the chances of your cardstock getting damaged is pretty huge. Okay, so now for this particular center. So this is the original center that I didn't create because I am using 2 centers from Cricut Design Space. But this is the original center that I made when I wanted to make the Hellebore. And I'm about to show you right now the actual Hellebore Google image. And this is where this one came about. But unfortunately, if you're a Silhouette user, I'm sorry. I don't think that Silhouette Studio has certain images. Maybe, honestly, I'm not really much of a Silhouette girl, so I really haven't looked. I'm more of a Cricut Design Space. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the 2 images that I use from Cricut. All right, guys, so if you Google search Hellebore, so this is pretty much where the center came. Like if you can see this one right here for the double, that's kind of where this center came about. Can you see my vision? Can you see my vision? See? So that's pretty much where I came out with this template with the 2 images on Cricut Design Space. So here are the 2 images that you are going to need to look for. The first one is Aster. Definitely write down that code right there. It'll be a lot quicker to search for it. And the 3D peony. So we're taking pieces from both of them. We're not completely using everything. So let me show you what you are going to be using. So this is what the Aster image will look like once you add it to your canvas. But we are not going to be using all of this. You are going to want to ungroup. So once you have ungrouped everything, you will have everything individual, which is what you want. Now you are going to pretty much delete everything besides one of these little yellow ones. Okay, so make sure that you delete everything. Now here is the other one. Now one of the things that I would recommend is I still have the other one open on my canvas, the first image. So then I just went to images to upload the new image. Honestly, it's quicker for you guys just to search it. Just type in the number and click search, because if you type in 3D peony, you guys, you're gonna get so many options. So this is just the quickest way, and then just add to your canvas. So then that way you have both images. So here's the one that I just saved, and this is the other part we need. So we are going to ungroup, and this is what you need, and delete that. So these are the two images you're going to need, and I recommend then saving so that way you have both ready to go. So now I'm going to show you the measurements of each and how many you need for the 9-inch flower. Okay, you guys, so let me show you here. So for these two, you are going to need 2 of them, okay? So they are attached. Okay, but when you cut them out, you're going to get 2 already. So I do make 2 of these so I can have 4 in total. So here is the width and the height. Just go ahead and enter that information to your design space. And then remember these yellow ones. So you are going to need 2, 3, 4. So you're going to need 5 of this size right here, 10.458, height 0.75. So that is your inner part, which is this right here, okay? And then you are only going to need 1 that's slightly larger. So go ahead and type in those measurements, 10.427 for your width, 1.294, and that is for this part right here. Do you see how we have the short, longer, and then we have those little? So this is roughly what I use to make the 9-inch and the 10-inch. You could also probably get away with the 8-inch. Obviously, if you're going to make the larger Hellebores, then you would just have to size this up. So this is a little tip. Group it all together. Well, don't group it, but just bring them all to the center. Select all, because what you want are the proportions, okay? So these are the proportions that I personally like. So if you want this center to be smaller, just shrink it down or extend it. Do you know what I mean? So then that way you're kind of just mess around with it. Obviously, the larger you go though, you guys, then you would probably have to use 12 by 12 cardstock, okay? So just keep that in mind, but just play with it with the center. Obviously, you don't have to do what I am doing. I just want to show you how I did mine. So I already have mine all cut out. So let me go ahead and show you how to assemble. Okay, you guys, so I have my pieces cut. So remember, you need 1 of this size, 5 of these, and then 4 of this. So pretty much this is going to be your inner part, this is going to be your outer, and then this is going to be your other outer part. So inner, then we have this longer piece, and then we have the little frillies out here. Now this center also, I also do it for the double Hellebore. So if you have the other template, definitely you can use this center. Honestly, you can use this center for anything. It also kind of reminds me of what is this, a anemone flower, that you can totally incorporate that as well. I think it would look beautiful. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get your shorter strip, and we are just going to roll this like this. Okay, so there's one. Let me double check on my glue gun, make sure it's ready. Okay, you guys, so there is the first one rolled. So you remember we needed 5 of these. So then you are just going to continue adding. So then we're just gonna add glue. Add your next strip. And then just roll it around. and then secure. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish up the rest and I'll be back. Okay, so there's the 5 all rolled, you guys. So then get your next one. And roll this. By the way, the white cardstock is from Nina. I want to say it's called Bright White. I do get it at Walmart. I personally, that's the only white that I use. I don't like Michael's white. I just feel like every time I cut with my Cricut machine, it rips the white. I don't know why. I don't have issues with any other color besides the white from Michael's. And I personally don't have any issues with the Nina Bright White from Walmart. You get a 50 pack, I want to say. The price did go up. I remember it used to being like $3.49. I think it went up to like $5 maybe, or $6, but to me it's worth it. I love the white. So there you go. We rolled that part, and now we're just going to glue these other 4. And you are just going to glue them around. So wherever that one ended, just continue on with the next strip and glue. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add another one. Now here's a little tip. You see how we have that little spacing right there? I like to place my one right there, and then just go around. You can definitely add more, you guys, besides the 4 that I added. If you want more of a fuller look, you definitely can. So this is what you should have. Obviously it's a little funky, but now what we do is open her up. So once you press these down, kind of then want to manipulate these right here. Oh, I hear my little one. Okay, you guys, sorry, apologies, my little one. So you just want to make sure that you kind of spread these around, and then you're just going to add your glue to the back, and then you are going to glue her in the center, and you are all done. Isn't she cute? Oh, I love the center. Honestly, it's the center that makes the flower. I definitely believe that. So again, you can apply this center again to the other template 67, the double. So now let me show you how to make the double hellebore. Okay, you guys, so now we're going to do the tutorial for template 67, which is my double hellebore. So this was the inspiration for that template, the double, because what I've noticed with hellebores, if we look over here, we have the single petal, which is what inspired template 66, and then template 67, as we noticed, the larger petals, and then the smaller petals inside, which is how this template came to about. Okay, inspiration. So as for the center, I'm going to show you now how I also use my pink center 4. I mean, you can kind of see the resemblance, right, where I was trying to go with. So it's just another option to share with you guys. So let's go ahead on with the tutorial. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna get going with template 67, the double petal hellebore. So again, you receive 2 petals, a wide one and then not so wide one. So again, that's the inspiration picture that I just shared with you guys. Super simple to make, you guys. So we are going to be making that 8-inch. So you're going to need 5 of these, and then you're going to need 12 of these. Okay, so this is going to first serve as your second and third layer, and that same amount applies to all the other sizes. So the way that I will show you how to assemble this one, please apply these steps to the other ones. So all your petals, you are just going to give them a slight curl forward. Grab your scissors, cut in the center, glue. Okay, and it does not matter which way your petal is going. I like to kind of do different ways. So notice how the tip here kind of goes to the left, and then over here this one is kind of more towards the right. I like to do both just to give it a little variety, and that goes for this petal as well. Just do a little mixture of both. Okay, So let's see, just to show you. Is that the same one? Yes, it is. I'm trying to find one that, is that the same? No, it's not. So just notice the tip here. One is going this way. Is that the same one, you guys? Oh my God, it sure is. Do I have them all the same? No, I know I don't. Oh, maybe I do. Oh no, this one isn't. So this one, I was like, I know I'm not going crazy. So again, it doesn't matter which way your petals are going. Again, I like to do a mixture of both. So notice the little tip here is going to the left. This one's pointing this way. So again, up to you. Doesn't really matter. Okay, let's get started with your wider ones. And we're just gonna go around in a circle. The circle is going to look a little funky, but that's okay. Just add the tiniest dot of glue to that corner, just in case if we have to readjust and we're not liking, we can just lift that petal up. Okay, so there you go. This is what you should have, some sort of circle in the center. Again, it's not going to be a perfect circle, but you just want that shape. And now we're gonna cut out large enough circle to cover that up. This time I am going to put it right on top. Remember with the other template, we placed it in the back, but that's because that was just a one layer. Voila, we are done with that first layer. Grab 6. This time, we are gonna glue these around in a circle. Your goal here is just to place them around. Okay, voila, we have our 6. So now we're gonna get our other 6. I'm going to add a little dot to the left because we're gonna tuck that last petal. I'll show you at the end. Now we are going to go in between the petals. Last one, so I'm gonna lift this first petal up and slide that other one in. Secure with glue. And voila, we are done with those 2 layers. So we should have 3 layers in total. So now we gotta work on our center with pink center for it. Let me go find my measuring tape and I'll be right back. Okay, so with this center, so again, this is my pink center 4. So the image is only one image. In order to achieve this look, just requires multiple cuts in different sizes, okay? So let me show you a little tip on how to try to figure out which center or how big your center needs to be. And apologies if you hear a child coming, because I can hear one of my little ones approaching my door. Get yourself a ruler, a measuring tape, and measure how wide you want your first center to be, though. So the one on the bottom. So this is more of like the flatter side. How wide you want that to be. So I'm gonna place this. Let's see, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. I think around 3 inches, maybe a little bit under. Maybe, no. Maybe 3.7, no, 2.7. let me see. Yeah, maybe like 2.7. So not necessarily 3, because I don't know if I want it that wide. So maybe like 2.7 is where how wide I want it to be. So now I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space and show you what to do. Okay, so here is what my pink center 4 looks like. So it's only going to be one image that you will be able to manipulate in different sizing. Why are we going blurry? So remember, I measured and I said I kind of wanted it around 2.7. So I'm gonna go over here to the width. You know what, I'm gonna go to 2.8. Okay, I'm gonna go to 2.8. Now I'm going to duplicate it. Did it duplicate? My computer's been awfully, oh, there we go. So here is the other one. So I always like to do 2 flat layers. So I'm gonna go to 2.6. Okay, because I'm gonna stack them up. So I did 2.8, this one 2.6. Now we're gonna work on that little inner center ball thing. You see that center in the middle. So we just need to make some more, but obviously we want them a little bit smaller. So I am going to go probably to 2.2. I think that'll work. Because the goal here now is this is the center that we're kind of gonna roll up, and we need 5 different sizes. So I'm going to duplicate this 4 more times. So I have 2.2, so I'm gonna go down to 2. Duplicate it again. This one, I'm gonna go to, oops. I'm gonna go to 1.8. There we go. Duplicate it again. Obviously, size-wise, guys, do as you wish. I am just sharing with you guys how I approached this center. 1.8, so I'm gonna go to 1.6. If this lets me go. My computer has been so slow. All right, let her think. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and I was able to do 2 more. So these are gonna be for my little inner center ball that we're gonna roll them in. So I just did, what was it, 2.2, 2, 1.8, 1.6, and then 1.4. So let me go ahead and cut these out and then show you what they look like. Okay, so now let's work on the center. So I have mine all cut. So remember, we needed 2 large for the flat part. So this is what I call the flat part, this right here. And then 5 smaller sizes to make this inner center kind of ball. So this is the amount that I typically use. Again, feel free to use as many as you would like if you want more or less. So first thing is first, the first 2 largest, you're just going to stack them just like this. Now, in order to get this ball effect, you can do it 2 ways. One way is I like to use, I already did 3 of them because I don't want to bore you with that, is I like to use my McGill foam pad. You can use a computer pad. You can use a, what are those called? Those craft mats that you can find at pretty much any craft store, even Walmart, the foam pads. And then some sort of ruling tool. So this is from McGill from Amazon. And you just press down on the little pistils or whatever you want to call them. And as I am pressing down, I don't know if you can see, but they are rolling in. I don't know if you can see that. So this is pretty much how I do it, if I have the patience, because obviously I'm kind of doing one at a time. And well, I mean, if you're doing a lot of them, then it's going to be a little too much. So this is one way. Let me finish this one real quick. Roll them in. Yeah, there's this one right here. All right, and then I just like to give it the inside a little roll to close it in. So there's one way. A simpler way, grab yourself a wooden dowel and just roll them in. This is the quicker way. Doesn't really matter on the size of the wooden dowel. So as you can see, that was a lot quicker. Okay, so now slightly open her up. Glue in the center. I hear a child, so apologies if one of them does come in. So basically now we're just stacking. So we got that one in there, open her up slightly, add glue in the center, grab the next size, stick her in, open her up, glue the next one in, and then do the last one. Just like that. Now grab her with your fingers and then just kind of shape her back again until she forms that kind of round look. So essentially this is what we want. Then you just glue her in the center. Isn't that adorable? Super simple. Grab your flower and then you just glue her in the center. So let me go ahead and get these glue strings out of the way. Add glue. Oh. Now these glue strings can be annoying. And then place her inside. Mess around with the center ball. Okay, guys, I wanted to come near the window just so you guys can kind of see. Not sure how the lighting was doing, but there is the center. Isn't she cute? Super adorable. So again, that is with my pink center 4. So I hope you found that helpful on how to assemble these hellebores and the 2 centers. Again, those are template 66 and 67, and this is pink center 4. And then the other center I shared with you guys, that those are from Cricut Design Space. They are not my images. I just wanted to share with you guys how you can use those 2 images to make the center. So I hope you found that helpful. Any questions, please message me on Etsy or my Instagram, Ariel Elise Designs, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye.